If you're looking for a perfect black bean recipe, this is the one for you. A couple months ago, I posted some black beans to social media, and people immediately asked me to do a recipe video for it. So this is me making good on that promise. This is the recipe video. So today we're making black beans, and we're using dry black beans, not black beans in the tin. You could use black beans in the tin if you want a quick and easy black beans recipe, but trust and believe, it has no comparison between using the dry black beans and the tin black beans. This is much better outcome, much more flavorful. So I would urge you to use the dry black beans. And today we're doing it low and slow. You could make this in a pressure cooker, but I'm not using my pressure cooker today. Today we're doing it low and slow, maximum flavor. So the first thing you want to do is, you have your 2 cups of black beans here. You want to soak them overnight. So I have some here that I soaked overnight. As you can see here, they're nice and plump. And before we actually cook it, we need to drain out this water and give it a rinse. So I'll do that. But before I do that, I'm going to go and prep the other ingredients, and let's start with this recipe. So for this recipe, we need 2 medium-sized to large onions. Going in with 6 cloves of garlic, and I'm just gonna give them a smash, but I'm leaving them whole. I'm not bothering to mince them or chop them finely. Using a 1-inch piece of ginger here as well. I want to try and mince the ginger as fine as possible, because unlike the garlic, this will not break down in the cooking process. Also using a bundle of shadow benny here, so it's about 12 leaves. I'm just going to give this fine chop. And if you can't find shadow benny or culantro, you could always use cilantro as a substitute. Alright, so we have our ingredients prepped and we have our beans rinsed. Now it's time to get this thing going. Alright, so to get the ball rolling, I'm going in with a heaping tablespoon of tallow. Now tallow is beef fat, and if you want, you could keep this 100% vegan, but today I'm feeling to go all out, so full flavors here. We're using that beef fat to incorporate great flavor into our beans. Adding a tablespoon of cumin, onions, ginger, adding the garlic as well. Give this a mix. I'm going to let this sweat for about 45 seconds to 1 minute. And if you don't have tallow, you could always use butter, or if you want, you could render some bacon or something like that to use the fat from that and achieve great flavor in your black beans. At this point, I want to add the shadow benny. So our aromatics have been sauteing for a little over a minute. I want to add our black beans. A little toss. Adding about 5 cups of water here. Now I'm going to add 3 bay leaves, 1 hot pepper, Scotch bonnet pepper, and we're going to allow this to come up to a boil. Okay, so now that our beans have come to a nice boil, we're going to reduce the heat, cover. We're going to allow this to cook for an hour and a half, 90 minutes, low and slow. So 90 minutes later, and this is how we're looking. Nice. Our peas look cooked. I prefer my beans al dente, because if I want to use these beans, let's say in a bean salad, or want to make beans and rice, a beans and rice cook up. I still want my beans to be a little sturdy so that, I'm mixing it with other ingredients to make another dish. Then that is gonna break apart and turn to mush. Tender, but still I have a little bite to it. For me, that's the perfect consistency, perfect texture for my black beans. So we're looking real good here. The only thing left to do now is season with a little bit of MSG and salt to taste. Turning my heat off and finishing with some fresh shadow benny. That fresh shadow benny is just gonna brighten up the black beans. Yeah, man. And this is the perfect consistency black beans here. As you can see, we have a nice thick gravy happening with the black beans. We didn't need to add any thickener or anything like that. And that's because we add the right amount of liquid and then allow it to cook on low heat for that 90 minutes. That is the trick in getting perfect consistency beans with the perfect consistency gravy to go along with it. So we're good to go here. So this is a perfect side dish to go with some white rice and shredded beef with some fried plantain at the side. If you know, you know. You could also add this to a salad, eat it with tostones. Look out for that recipe, have that recipe come in. That is sound of me patting myself on the back. This is a real boss black bean recipe. Black beans is a real kind of hearty bean. Trust me, the spice and the aromatics that we put inside here, it just adds even more warmth and heartiness to these black beans. This is a proper flavorful black beans. The way I like to have it as well is for breakfast with some arepitas, that's some mini arepas and fried plantain. That is good on real good. That's a real nice breakfast. So yeah, very delicious, very versatile. You don't have to, just make it and eat it with rice or something like that. Again, you can add it to different things, jazz it up, and make different meals. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and give it a share. If you try the recipe, comment below and let me know how it was. I really want to know how defined this one was because this is a real boss recipe, I had to say. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please take a moment to do so. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.